upload the, whatever the steps we have done in yesterday's session, do the same steps, upload the data set, and import numpy as NP and import pandas as PD. That statement execute as it is, and read that data set as a CSV file. Okay, copy path, paste the path here, and execute this. Then display the data set. Till here we have done in the yesterday's session. Still many people have not joined. Ask them to join the session immediately. Meanwhile, I'm going to start the session. Now, as soon as you have downloaded the, imported the data set, converted the data set in terms of DF, data frame, and you are verifying whether the CSV file has been converted to data frame or not. See, according to this statement, as soon as you have seen the data set or a CSV file, internally, once it is converted to data frame, we'll call it as a data set. Okay. So this data set has been displayed means, what does it mean? You have converted whatever the steps you have followed so far successfully completed. Now, anyway, I want to see here, like how many columns and how many rows I have, the shape of the data set. For that, df.shape. df.shape will gives you the shape of the data set. So here I have 300 rows and 3 columns. The shape of the data set is 300 rows and 3 columns. 300 rows and 3 columns. And generally what happens, if the big data set, if the data set is big, it is very tough. It is very tough that to know, like you want to see the data, like how many rows you have, what kind of data it is. ID means what you have, color means what you have, country means what you have. To understand, like as we have very less data set, simply you have displayed DF. Generally, a data scientist will never go for DF. He don't want to display the entire data set. He want to display the data set like topmost 5 rows of the data. If you want to display the top 5 rows of the data, then you can go for df.head. Okay, if you want to display the top 3 rows of the data, you have to go for df.head. Is it completed? Have you executed all your previous data? And are you here? Have you completed till here? Now, if you want to display the bottom five rows, either you can go for top 5 rows or you can go for bottom 5 rows. If it is top 5 rows, then you have to give a syntax called df.head. If it is bottom, you have to give df.tail, which gives you the last 5 rows. Then you can go for df.describe. df.describe will gives you the complete information like count, each, because see here we have country, age, salary, purchased. When you are using df.describe, what happens? Country and purchased are character data. Age and salary are numerical data, whether it is a float or it may be integer, but these two are numerical data, whereas country and purchased are character data. So like when you are going for describe will give you the mean, standard deviations, how the data values are distributed, all such kind of data will be displayed. But if you want to go for such details, you cannot apply such formulas in your character data. You can apply only on numerical data. So due to that reason, see here, when you have gone for df.describe, this describe is telling about only these 2 columns, which are age and salary. The count is here. Here I have one null value. So due to that, so here we missed to give the value. So it is a null value. Null value will be represented in terms of NaN. Okay. Represented in terms of NaN. So one value missed in the age column, so it is going to give that this count of age values are 9. Even salary also having one null value here, and due to that, even salary is showing the count as 9. The mean means what? Sum of all the values by total number of values, right? Which will give you the mean. Standard deviation and minimum value. Among all the values, which value is the minimum value? 25%. So according to your data distribution, how your data is distributed in the graph. For example, if you have taken this, if this is a center, okay. So if your data is distributed like this, so this is 25%, this is 75%. So where your data has been distributed a lot. If it is right side your data, for example, as the age increasing, the chances of getting heart attack is also high. Age is increasing, chances of getting heart attack is high. Both are directly proportional. So how the graph will be drawn? This is the thing. If you are going on, your age is going on increasing, the chances of heart attacks are going on increasing. Okay. So the data points will be like this. For example, the other one is, okay, if the age is increasing, because if it is 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, maybe certain duration you try to keep. If age is increasing, memory power is also, what happens is will decrease. So initially it will be like this. Slowly what happens? It will get decrease. So it will be in positive side. This will be in negative side. Okay. So age is increasing, getting like heart attacks occurring will be also increases. The chances of getting heart attacks is also increases. So that is what it is framing it negative side. But when you are coming to the positive side, so memory power decreasing, age increasing, memory power decreasing. So initially it will be more, slowly it gets decreasing. So this is what your distributions, like it can be 25%, it can be 50%, it can be 75%. If this is the graph, how the points will lies. Okay, so these points lies, so up to 25%, how the values are distributed, up to 50%, how the values are distributed, up to 75%, how the values are distributed. Coming to max, what is the maximum value? What is the minimum value? What is the maximum value? Okay, this is about your df.describe. Now coming to df.info. It will give you the information like how many entries you have, out of which how many values you have entered, and what are the column names. And the column names are data type and the size it occupied, each column, and the total size, like to save the entire data set. to save the entire data set, how much memory you required. All this information will be given your df.info. See, it has given the entire information. Now, we know we have null values. Seeing this data also, you'll be able to say that country, because it is saying that you have 10 entries. Country, you have 10 non-null values. But whereas age, we have only 9. Salary, we have only 9. Whereas purchase, we have 10. According to this information, you'll be able to know that we have a null values in the data set, that too in a particular column. But how to identify that? Finding null values in your data. So simply go for df dot is null dot sum. It will give you the total number of null values. So country has 0, age has 1, salary has 1, purchased has 0, null values. Is it clear? So no one is doing now, or anyone is doing? Let me know. How many of you are doing now? Send a message or raise your hand. Anything is fine. So no one is doing now. I don't know how you are able to understand this. So I hope everyone is getting the answers. No one has faced any errors so far. Coming to now, we know, like, according to this information, or this information, or this information, like, we'll be able to understand that we have some null values. But how to avoid, or how to ignore, or how to replace these null values? That is a big question here. We know that we have null values, but we should know that how to handle the null values, whether you are removing or replacing or ignoring, what exactly you are doing here to handle the null values. Okay, for that, what I'm doing, I am replacing. What I'm replacing, where I have null values, I have null value at age, null value at salary. I have null value at age and null value at salary. At age, what I'm doing, df.age, df.age dot fill null values. So in age, we have a null value, and that null value, what we are doing, we are filling null value. How we are going to fill? Take the median of age values, whatever we have in the data set. Okay, take the median of age column, which is present in data frame DF, and that median you want to fill at null value, where you have a null value in your DF. So that null value you want to fill. So fill null. So DF dot age fill null value. What do you want to fill? After taking the median of this age column of this particular data frame, whatever the value you are getting, that value you are going to fill with this, fill here. Okay. The same thing happens in your DF dot salary, but instead of median, I have taken mean. I have taken mean here. So instead of median, I have taken mean. Now my question is, why here I have taken median and why here mean? Can I take mean here, median here? Or can I take both the things are median? Or can I take both the things are as a mean? Why here I have written like here it is a median, here it is a mean? Do we have any purpose, or generally like that we have taken? Get the answers. You need to give the answer, ma. I asked you one question, Amma. Here, why I have taken median and why I have taken mean here? You are unable to say? Okay. Quick, at least let me know that answer already. You want to say or you are asking me to explain? Something you need to give the replies, right?
మ్యామ్ మెయిన్ అంటే ఏజ్ దిస్ టు దిస్ అని ఉంటుంది కదా మేడం, దానివల్ల మెయిన్ తీసుకున్నాం ఏజ్ కి.
Can you repeat, Amma?
మెయిన్ ఏజ్ అంటే అంటే ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ ఉంటుంది కదా ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడ వరకు అని, అంటే లిమిట్ ఉంటుంది. దానికోసం మనం ఏజ్ మెయిన్ తీసుకున్నాము. సాలరీ ఏమొచ్చి సారీ మేడం మీడియం తీసుకున్నాము. సాలరీ ఏమొచ్చి యావరేజ్ గా ఎంత పర్సెంటేజ్ కి ఎంత యావరేజ్ సాలరీ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయాలి కదా కంపల్సరీ.
Okay, almost you are telling right, Amma, but I'll explain you. Almost
Okay.
you explained correct, but a chinna difference em cheppavante. Some age, why we have taken age as median rather than taking mean means, if I'll take age as a mean, when we are calculating mean, so for example, you may get 45.6. 45.6 రావచ్చు లేదా 4 లేదా 3 లేదా 2, something like that we can get. Yes. So we can never say that what is your age means. Generally we won't say that our age is 45 years 2 months or 35 years 6 months. Okay. Exactly.
Days also counted. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Days also counted in age. That's why we will take in median. Average the salary anything in percentages the average salary found.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct, Amma.
Okay. Thank you.
So, yeah. Due to that reason, age we will take the median. Median means the middle value you will choose. Okay. Whereas mean means salary can be 5,890 rupees 95 paisa. If I'll get average like this, that can be considerable because salary can be like 95 paisa, 5 paisa, 35 paisa, 45 paisa, anything will be there. So salary can be mean, but age cannot be mean. So when you are replacing null values, you need to take mean, median, mean, median. We have another one. What is that? Mode. Yes. Mean, median, mode. We have 3 things. So when you want to replace the null values, we can take the help of these 3. But you have to know that where this mean can be applied, where this median can be applied, where this mode can be applied. Generally, interview questions will be asked in this way. Okay. So where, like in this situation, what you are going to use, either mean, median, or mode. Generally, people will take anything is fine. Either you can take mean, anything like you can take median, you can take mode, but not according to the column, which column you have chosen here. If it is a character data, if it is a country, if you have any null values in country, so country which it cannot be mean and median, it can be mode. Mode means number of times, like the frequency, how many number of times it gets repeated. Okay. So that will be your mode. The highest frequency value will be replaced with the null value. So where this mode is going to apply, it means when your column is character data. When your column is character data, it can be replaced with the mode value. When your column is in terms of age, like that, date of birth, age, such things are there, you cannot take mean, you can take over there median. And when it is a normal, like the column where you can apply the aggregations, like sum, total, average, counts, like that, when you are applying the aggregation functions, that particular column will be taken as median. So example is salary and what you may call stock prices, any grocery prices, anything can be taken as a median. Okay, sorry, mean. It's not median, it's mean. So like that, we have these three M. M cube will be used when you are replacing the null values. Now check the data frame, whether your null values are replaced with some values. See the count, the number, where exactly you have null value. You have 6 at age, 4 at salary, 6 at age, 4 at salary, right? See here, 6 at age is replaced. 4 at salary also replaced. Now there is no null values in your data. Check it once. Do you have any null values? No null value. Generally, in some textbooks, they will tell you that replace with any random number. Replace the null values with any random number. That you should never follow it. You cannot replace with any random number. You have to replace with either mean, median, mode. Any random number, how can you choose it? In what basis you are going to choose it? So yeah, you can give 65, you can give 1005, you can give 1,95,000. In what basis you can choose? Okay. Based on that random value, your complete predictions may goes to the wrong direction also, right? So generally don't prefer to give any random value for this mean, like instead of applying mean, median, mode, taking any random value and replacing the null values. So we should not do that. Now I want to check how many columns I have. My columns are country, age, salary, purchased. Let me know till here you people completed. Now we entered into the lock. Lock is nothing but locating the things. Okay. So see, let me check the data frame. So this is our data frame. Now in this data frame, I want to locate 2, 5. What does it mean? I want to locate 2 is to 5. See what result I received? This one. So I want to display the rows from 2 to 5. 2 to 5, all the rows I want to display. I'm locating 2 to 5 rows. So particularly, especially, I just want to display only these 4 values or 4 rows. Then you can go for LOC. LOC represents locating. Like the same way here, I want to display or I want to locate the age is greater than 40. So in the data frame, I have a column name called age. So I want to display all the rows of like whose age is greater than 40. I want to display all the rows whose age is greater than 40. See, here we have 44, 48, 50. All the rows will be displayed. These rows having the age is greater than 40. See here, and I also display the salary is greater than 61,000. See, you'll be getting the salary like this. The salary whose salary is all the rows whose salary is greater than 61,000. Now coming to ILOC. ILOC is nothing but index locating. Here you are going to give the index. Okay. You see, and as of now, whatever the LOC you have taken, LOC is generally concentrating on the rows. Okay, here you haven't mentioned to display the rows. Simply you have given df.salary greater than 61,000. That's it, right? So as you have used an LOC, it will take only the rows. Okay, but ILOC will be used for both rows and the columns. To understand that, we'll see now. We know the shape of the data frame. What is the shape? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I just want to display ILOC. See, df dot ILOC colon comma colon. So first column represents start. Second column represents end. From starting to end, you want to display all the rows. All the rows will be displayed. Now see, here df dot, so one represents the column, rows, the other represents column. So rows, columns. So now df dot ILOC colon comma 0 is to 3 I have taken. Colon comma 0 is to 3. Means all the rows I want to display. But whereas the columns I have mentioned 0 is to 3 means what? We already know that 0 is to 3 means 0, 1 and 2. 3 columns you want to display. As we have 4 columns, but you want to display only 3 columns. 0, 1, 2. Country, age, salary. Okay. So it will locate all the rows, but only 3 columns. Country, age, salary. See here, df dot I log colon comma 0 comma 2. So this I'm listing. You all able to remember the list? So this is the listing, sublisting, right? So df dot I log, anyway, this represents rows, this represents columns, right? So here rows, I'm not mentioning, I'm not writing any condition. Rows I'm displaying as it is. All rows I want. But exclusively only 2 columns I want. The difference between this and this is, here you mentioned 0, 2, 3. So whatever we have in between 0, 1 and 2, all 3 columns will be displayed. But whereas here you mentioned sublisting called 0, 2. Means what? 0th column and second column you want to display. You don't want to display all. You want to display only 0th column and second column. So country is the 0th column. Salary is the second column. 0, 1, 2, right? Country is the 0th column and salary is second column. You do that, this will be displayed.
Hello.
So is it completed? Now execute this and let me know what output you are getting. Let me know what output you received once you have executed this. So what is this -1? As of now, we have seen all plus, right? Nowhere we mentioned any minus. But here I have mentioned -1. So -1 indicates that reversing. Okay, -1 indicates reversing. If this is the data set, then this will be -1, -2, -3, -4. So it will reverse order. From here, it will start reading. Okay. If that is the scenario, you'll go for this. So I am assigning this df dot ilog colon comma -1 to x. Now x is storing the whatever you have located here, what you are indexing and locating here, that particular column or that rows of that particular column will be saved in x. Now I just want to check what type of x. As soon as I have assigned these values, the type of x will be get decided. So what type it is? It is a series type. If you want to display, you can display x. See, x will be stored this value. What is this value? So I told you this is -1, right? So purchased values will be assigned to x, and x is displayed all those values. Now, instead of writing like this, because it became series. Actually, this is not series. Actually, that is a data frame. So if I said 0, -1, or all the rows, -1, it will be displayed only one column. But what happened? It converted the entire data frame to series. But we don't want to display the series. We want to display all the values. Like it should be a data frame. So x is equal to df dot ilog colon comma -1 colon comma -1 column. So as soon as I have taken like this, then what happened? This will be a data frame. Earlier case, it has shown like it is a series. But little change in my assigning the things. So it has changed from data series, series to data frame. Okay. Execute this one.